We are now live. There is going to be a bit of a delay for the doctor who is joining me tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer, professional psychic. I have been a psychic for 20 plus years. I can't believe I can say that. That's a little scary. But I'm going to just move on from that moment and say welcome to everybody who is deciding to join us on this Easter Sunday if you celebrate that. Otherwise, it's just a regular old Sunday for you guys. So I wanted to say welcome. This is going to be our fun Sunday hangout, chill out, get you prepped for the coming week show. It's very relaxing. It's very easygoing. We're going to do some fun pick a card readings. We're going to do some fun giveaways. And if you want to hang out and join us, we're going to be here till 11 p.m. So come on and grab yourself a snack and a nice cup of water or coffee or tea. And we never know what direction this show is going to go in. I have my wonderful, amazing co-host with me today, the doctor, who I will definitely call by the wrong name before the show ends, because it's just what I love to do. So thank you for joining us tonight, Doctor. How are you doing?
Amazing, magical, fantastic, weird, annoying. I have other adjectives and nouns that can be associated with that.
Ooh, fantastic, weird, and annoying. Let me ask you.
It's a combination that everybody looks for in a partner. I know.
Let me ask you a question. If somebody gives you a comment that says like you're so weird, how do you take that? Like, how do you see that as like? What do you think about that? I guess is what I want to ask you.
If you asked me 35
like if I said,
years ago,
yeah.
If you asked 35 years ago, it would have been a very introverted reaction, unknowing, very personal, taking it as if I don't fit in. There's something wrong with me. If you were to ask me in the past 20 years, I can give you the answer like you are asking me now. I am weird. I don't fit in. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I am. This is who I am. And I'm sorry that you're not as cool as I am.
Thank you. I love that answer. To be honest, if somebody told me I was weird, I would totally take it as a compliment. I would say thank you. When I was younger, I don't know, I was like a teenager. My friends and I were very strange, and we had a party. This was definitely my idea. I wanted us to have like this really grown up fancy cocktail party. We were like 14, and I wanted us to have this fancy grown up cocktail party. I made everybody get dressed. We had like the fancy food, and we had an award ceremony because I was just wanting to be super extra. And so like we all got different awards for different things. It was like the best singer, the funniest, the smartest, or whatever. And my category was I won the weirdest friend. And I always remember that I was voted the weirdest. And I take that as such a compliment, because weirdness to me means that you're creative and that you're interesting and that you're fun and funny and different. And I think that that's always a good thing to be.
Different is a response instead of, fine. When people ask, so how are you doing today? People can always respond with, fine, I'm good. I have a variety of single words that seem to fit. Different. If I respond with the word different, it usually has people stop, re-look at me, and reevaluate and go, okay, so what's different? It's like, I'm not the same. This version of me is different than the version of me that was here yesterday or last, because I'm constantly evolving. So people will interpret what they want to, and it also gets you to find out if they really care about you or if they're just saying it to make idle chit chat, which is a waste of my time.
Yeah, no, that's true. I have to say you bring up a really good point. And in our society, in our culture, and I'm speaking about, I live in America, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm sure Canada is the same. But in America, we say, hey, how you doing? And we want you to say fine. We don't want you to go, well, I'm not really doing that well. I'm having a hard day. It's like, we don't want that. I mean, unless you're really close to the person, if you have like a relationship with them and you care about them, then yes, you want them to tell you the 100% truth. But if you're just in the grocery store like, oh, hey, Pam, how you doing? You don't want her to say anything but, I'm good. It's like we want to connect in that moment and show you like, hey, I acknowledge you, but there's not like like you don't really want that person to go, oh, I'm just having the worst day, and you're just like, damn it, I didn't want to go into this with you, Pam. And I think that that's a cultural thing that maybe needs to change, because a lot of people are preconditioned to say I'm fine even when they're not, because we have this thought process of like, nobody wants to hear me say I'm not fine. And I think that that's something that maybe needs to change. And I think instead of, if you're not doing fine, I would say, I'm doing okay. I'm managing. I'm trying to sort some things out or whatever. It's hard because especially if the person's not super close to you. But I think it's, you got to try to own your own feelings and not feel like you have to hide who you are for other people. Respectfully, but I feel like we need to figure out a different way culturally to handle the whole I'm fine thing. Because I
don't
think that
we're anywhere, personally, I don't think we're anywhere near working towards that level or even at a conscious level.
No.
To be able to be doing that. I think
I agree.
that your group that joins you on Sundays and Wednesdays has the ability to begin that kind of an influence, but I just randomly going through society, I can tell you that there are pockets which function on that level, but I don't believe that they're actually looking to project to change that. I don't think it's a topic of consciousness.
I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. Like I said, when you're running into Pam at the grocery store and you say, hey, how you doing? And by the way, if you're watching this and your name is Pam, hey, how you doing? That was just the name I made up at the top of my head. But you don't really want to hear about Pam's life. You're just being polite. And I think that, I think you're right. That's not going to really change in consciousness. But just understand that we all need somebody that we can communicate with and be honest with. Like, oh God, I'm just not having an easy time. Things are not good for me. You need to find that person or persons, if you're lucky enough, that you can actually communicate and talk to them and tell them how you feel. And I see some people are commenting, and I want to say welcome to the stream, Diana, and welcome to the stream, Brianna. And I can't read your comments, but I can read your names. So welcome to the stream. I have the spider with me, and there is a bit of a delay, so he may not be seeing your comments right away. But I just wanted to welcome you guys to the stream. It is a wonderful Sunday. And I want to know, what's the weather like where you guys are? I'm just curious. It's kind of off and on here. I think the weather was like in the 60s today. And I feel like that's weird because last week it was 85 degrees. I don't know what to wear or how to dress. Like, I'm wearing a sweater tonight, which is weird, considering 85 degrees last week. So that's a little strange. But I also want to just throw out and say, how was your week? How have things been for you guys since we last spoke last Sunday? We didn't have a show this week because I had inclement weather. And so I did upload a meditation for you guys, a fairy adventure. I don't know if anybody watched it, but it's there if you're interested. But it's been about a full week since we've actually connected and had a conversation. So how are things going for you guys? What's your weather like? And anything else that you'd like to share with the class? I use the term class very loosely.
Jennifer Leeton has joined us, and sunny and 75 in Arizona. 60 degrees where Brianna is out in Pennsylvania. And currently, I think it's about 69 degrees somewhere in Georgia.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I would say, that sounds right. Thank you for that weather report from everybody. I like hearing those things. It's kind of fun to connect. And I think that when you know the weather where somebody is, it kind of helps you feel a little bit closer to them. It helps you feel a little bit more connected to them. So that's a really nice thing. So guys, let's start out with our first giveaway of the evening. Since we're going to get started, I'm going to bring up the first giveaway. So you guys are all OGs. You've been here for a while. You know the rules. But just in case we have somebody here that's not commenting and they're just watching, I need to go over the rules with you guys. So we're going to do a 10-minute giveaway. I have a tarot card right here. The first person who correctly identifies this tarot card is going to win 10 free minutes with me. You have to be over 18. You have to subscribe to this channel, and you have to be in the United States. So the first person who correctly identifies this card right here, whoop, look how funny that looks because the card's green. It almost looks like it's like a see-through card. Not quite, but you know what I'm saying. So I think that just looks funny. And yeah, so whoever is the first one to correctly identify, that is going to be the winner chicken dinner. Do you guys like this background? I think it looks really pretty, and I like the way it looks with my peach sweater. I think it's like a good combination color play. So while we're waiting for those giveaway winners to be chosen, I want to start up the show with like a fun affirmation. I think this is a good way to start the show. And again, I'll say Happy Easter to anybody who's celebrating Easter. We're going to use these love and affirmation cards. Now, just for you to know, Doctor, these cards can be kind of wordy, and I don't want you to go typing and wearing your fingers down. So just all you need to do is kind of give the first title of the card, so you don't have to go too crazy with the typing. I'm trying to save your hands. You need them for baking. So here we go, guys. We are going to do this fun affirmation. This is about love, relationships, whether that's self-love, whether that's I like that. Okay, whether that's self-love. And these cards are mostly about self-love, but they could also be referring to relationships. So we'll just see where the cookie crumbles. But I have 3 cards right here. Okay? So this is your weekly affirmation of self-love, self-care, what you need to do to be better to yourself. That's the purpose of this reading. This is going to start off strong with the self-love on this show, on this beautiful Sunday evening. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So we got deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. So again, deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. And this is a message from these cards to you about what you can do to improve your relationship with yourself. So here we go. Deck number 1. This is yours. And it is Wisdom with this cute little, I don't know what that is. What the hell is that? Can anybody tell me? Is that an otter? Is that a beaver? I have no idea. It's a mystery animal. I don't know what it is. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna read. Now, kids.
I see unicorns.
What'd you say?
I see unicorns.
That looks like a unicorn to you? I don't know if you're seeing. Oh, I mean, there's a narwhal on the back of the card, and I know we do have a delay, but when you look at that animal, when it comes to the screen, you let me know what you think it is. It's definitely not a unicorn. All right, guys, here we go. Every relationship, with every relationship, I gain invaluable wisdom. I'm constantly learning which qualities stimulate, support, and inspire me, and which ones make me want to cram a soup spoon into my ear. That sounds really, really painful. And turn it slowly in the same event, and turn it slowly. In that sense, even failed relationships are actually successes seen through the wise soul. So basically, this is saying that wisdom is a gift. Wisdom is a gift. So even if you're going through a hard time, even if you've had failed relationships, understand that those relationships teach you about yourself and teach you about what you want, and they help you grow. And one thing that I always tell all my clients, and this isn't really about wisdom, this is more about seeing things on the brighter side. every date you go on is an adventure. It could be a fun adventure. You could meet the love of your life, or it could be a crazy adventure where you're like, oh my God, I cannot believe that happened. As long as you're being safe. I mean, I always want everybody to be safe. So hopefully you guys all know the safety dating rules, but just a regular date with a random person can be such an adventure. And even if it's a disaster, it is a story that you will have for the rest of your life. It is something you will always remember, and you will have that story to keep and to tell. And it's an adventure. So see dating in that light, and don't get downtrodden with the frustration that you haven't met the right person yet. So that's the first card, is about knowing that every opportunity in your life, good and bad, is giving you an opportunity to learn. All right, guys, so we're going to do deck number 2 right now, and that is a narwhal on the back, and this card is adorable. It's got dinosaurs on it. Look at that. They're so cute. I love dinosaurs. Okay, no scorekeeping. I think that's really important. I cut ties with past conflicts and make my personal life clean, a clean, shiny slate. Beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenants: tolerance and equanimity. Wait, what the hell's that word? Oh God, I feel stupid. Equanimity. You guys can figure that one out. So we're just going to say tolerance and understanding. It's just for me, for my benefit. Then I give it its stupid t-shirts, and then I give it its stupid t-shirts, and it records back to tell it to leave. I don't understand what the hell they're saying. Anyway, basically, sometimes these cards are a little strange, and I don't really get the jokes or whatever, but that's fine. So basically, it's saying that let go. If you have a grudge, if something is holding you up at night, let it go. Be willing to understand what went wrong. It doesn't mean you have to have that person in your life. It doesn't mean you have to deal with that person or see them or talk to them, but let go of the fire and that anger. That anger will keep you in a perpetual state of doom and upset and bitterness. So if you have somebody that hurts you, try to understand where they're coming from and try to let it go. You don't have to have them in your life. You don't really have to necessarily forgive them, but you have to give yourself permission to release them and know that they're just not on your highest good or your highest level. I'm going to get to comments in a minute, guys, just so you know. I'm waiting for you guys to answer the question about the card, the giveaway, and, see who won that. So just know that that's on my noggin, but I also want to hear your comments in a second. So we're going to get there, guys. The next thing is Boundless Love. Aw, I love this card. And this is the design for that card, which I think that's a rat, but I don't know for sure. I don't know. So let's see what this is about. So Boundless Love. Today I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it is easy to fall in love over and over again with everything from honeybees to moon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else is sort of falls into place. So this is basically about seeing things on the bright side. Like I was talking about with even a bad date is a funny story and an adventure that you'll have as a memory that you can entertain people with at cocktail parties. Try to always see things on the bright side, even though it's not always easy and we're human and sometimes we're going to be in a bad state. Sometimes we're going to have problems. Sometimes it's going to be harder to see that bright side. So if you have trouble with that, understand you're human. Understand that it's okay, but just try your best on a regular basis to see things on the bright side, because the more you focus on the positives, the more you will have positives in your life. I'll use myself as an example. I can only see out of one eye. I want you guys to guess which eye that is, but I can only see out of one eye. And just for for video's sake, this is my right hand and this is my left hand. So right hand, left hand. See if you guys can guess which eye I can see out of. But I can sit around going, oh my God, I can only see out of one eye. And I wish I could see out of two eyes. And oh, why can't I see out of two eyes? And oh, why can't I watch a 3D movie? And that really sucks. And why can't I drive a car? But instead, I'm like, woohoo, I can see out of one eye. Yes, I'm killing it. I'm killing the game. I can see out of one eye. One works. Good enough. And I think that that's, a lesson is like you have to really try to find a way to see the positives, because the more you see the positive, what you think about, you bring about, the more you'll see those opportunities happening around you. Like I said, it's not easy. We're all human. Sometimes we have hard days. Sometimes it's harder to see that rainbow, but just know, try your best. Doctor, I'm going to go to you and say, are there any comments that I need to know about? Do we have a winner for our first giveaway? Tell me do.
We do have a winner. And congratulations, Jennifer Layton. She gets the Hermit at 18 minutes past in your broadcast. We've got a couple of people who chimed in while you were reading your first text for the evening. So Priya checked in with you. B is here. And, Brianna's daughter's dollhouse table seems to have found its way into her heel. So there's a small emergency going on there.
Yikes, that's not good.
I think she's going to be okay. She's still here and still guessing.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody to the show, and I'm so glad that you guys are all here. So, since this last card was so timely, talking about, looking on the bright side and being on the lookout for miracles, things like that. I want to talk to you guys about a theme and a little exercise that I want us to work on. And this was actually the doctor's idea, so I want to give credit where credit is due. So congratulations to him for coming up with this. But I wanted to do a little exercise with you guys where we have kind of an ongoing theme that we check in with every week. And I thought that we could, since it's April 4th, work on it until May 4th and see what we can accomplish in the next 30 days, whatever it is, 30, 31. But I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So I want to focus on bringing manifestations into your life. You can choose to manifest whatever you want. It could be money. It could be a new job. It could be a new house. It could be whatever you want it to be. And so I want to talk to you guys about just loosely kind of checking in with each other, having a goal and working on that goal and seeing where we get. So I don't know if you guys played along with the unicorn game from 2 weeks ago where I asked you guys to manifest unicorns and see how many unicorns you could come up with. I saw about 4 or 5, and I'm just curious how many you saw. And the reason I had you do that exercise, and if you weren't here on that day, I'm going to tell you now, starting today, manifest unicorns in your life. What that means is just consciously tell the universe, hey, I would like to see unicorns, and see how many the universe is going to throw at you. And, don't try to purposely look for them like going to Unicorns R Us, but just let them pop up. My unicorns popped up in really weird places. So it's a lesson to show you that the universe will work with you as long as you're kind of game to let it work with you, and as long as you're open to it and believe in it, and that kind of thing. And so think about things you want to manifest in your life. And I'm going to be honest, for an exercise like this, it's probably best to focus on one goal. And like I said, it could be anything. It could be wanting to meet a new person. It could be wanting to buy a house. It could be wanting to, get some money for a certain vacation. It could be getting a new job. It could be anything, getting a promotion. Anything that you're wanting to manifest, you can work on. And so, we're going to just try to manifest this. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about it tonight, and then we're going to check in with each other each week and see how we're coming along. So, are there any comments I need to know about?
Right now, no. Jennifer is happy that she won. Brianna did acknowledge that she's okay right now.
Oh, good,
and
good.
Brianna is still tuned in. So I think we're kind of focused on the concept of the theme for manifesting for the next month.
Okay. Do we all like that idea? Are we game? Are we excited for this ongoing theme throughout the month of April and into the beginning of May? Give me a thumbs up if you're interested, or give me a heart emoji or something like that to let me know, like, yes, I'm committing. I'm committing to this. So here's what I want to say, the rules of manifestation. You're never going to manifest something that you don't believe is possible. So if you are getting to the point of like, I want to manifest a new house by next week. If you don't really believe that that's possible, it's not going to happen for you. You have to really believe that it's possible. So whatever you're trying to bring into your life, you have to have an air of believing. You have to also be very specific. So I want to move to Florida, or do I want to move to California? Do I want to move to Arizona? Or do I want to move to Miami? Or where? You have to have an idea. Like, I want to move to Chicago. I want to live in Chicago. I want to live on, whatever street in Chicago, Main Street in Chicago. And I want to live, you have to have an idea of where you want to be or what you want to do. You have to have an idea. Like, so that's why I said to you guys, manifest unicorns, because a unicorn is a very specific thing. And it's something that is, you can say to the universe, show me unicorns. The universe will show you. It's a test to show you how to manifest and how easy it is. So when you talk about, the universe and you wanting something special. So we'll use, do you want to move to Chicago? Okay. So whatever you think about, you bring about. So if you think about moving to Chicago in a very positive way, then you're going to get yourself that much closer. So if you're like thinking about Chicago, like, I really want to go to Chicago. Oh, when is it going to happen for me? How come it hasn't happened yet? Where is it? You're just amplifying the fact that it's not there. And so the more you focus on wanting it and not having it, the more you're focusing on it not being in your life. And the thing about manifesting anything in your life is you have to focus on it being in your life at the moment. You have to focus on the nowness of it. So like, I am so excited to move to Chicago. I'm so excited that this move is going to be happening. And another thing that you can do is ask the universe in certain ways for things to happen. So like, universe, please show me, like we asked, show me unicorns. Universe, please show me what is possible for me to move to Chicago. Universe, please show me a pathway to move to Chicago. And, think about it in positive ways. Think about it in, I wonder with all this manifesting move to Chicago, I'm going to get an offer to move to Chicago. Wouldn't that be funny? I don't really have an interest right now in moving to Chicago, but I would love to visit. But, focus on that. Whatever you think about, you bring about. So if you're always thinking about like, oh, I hate where I live. I'm not happy here. I wish I was in Chicago. Why can't I be in Chicago? You're just amplifying the fact that you're not in Chicago. The universe, I think a lot of times people like to look at the universe as like a conscious being. Like, I am not going to grant your wish because I don't like you and I don't want you to be happy. And that's not what it is. The universe is almost like a mirror. It's like, when you go to the Grand Canyon and you go echo and it goes echo, echo, echo. It is going to repeat whatever you say. You're the one who is initiating and, initializing the situation. So if you're always in the mind frame of wanting and waiting and it not happening, then, and amplifying the fact that it's not there, then you're not going to have it. If you're always in the mind frame of like, knowing that it's going to happen, being excited for it to happen, and focusing on what life is going to be like when you're there, then I would say that that's going to be the thing that gets you the more close to it. And I think that those things are really important. So like, this is so silly, guys. But I was trying to use I have an Xbox and the remote was not working last night. It just wasn't working. It wasn't pairing. It just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. And in my mind, I was just like, I really wanted that remote to work because I wanted to watch a movie and that's whatever. But in my mind, I wasn't just like, oh, please, remote, why won't you work? Please, remote, please. I was just like, here's what I need. I need that remote to work. This remote, and I didn't say need because need is not a good word. I'll tell you some words to avoid in a second, but I just said that remote works perfectly fine. And I just imagined myself using the remote and watching the movie. And I just got into that using the remote working, watching the movie, being able to flick through the menus. And I just imagined that, and the remote started working. So when you're doing manifesting, you never want to use the words want, need. You never want to use the word hope. You never want to use words like that. You never want to be in a begging tone, like, please, please, please let this happen. It's always like, show me the way to this. Show me what is possible. Bring, you can say, I'm so grateful that this is happening. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful, because those are things that bring it toward you and bring it closer to you. So if you wanted a new job, you would think about the type of job that you'd want, and what kind of job and what kind of work and environment, and where you're going to be and what you're going to do. And then you say, I'm so grateful for my new job opportunity. I'm so excited to be starting this new opportunity soon. And think about like what kind of clothes you want to wear to your new job, and what outfits you're going to wear, and how you're going to talk to even practicing, like, meeting your new coworkers, like, practicing that, like, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that, I'm going to bring brownies, get into the mind frame of like being excited about it. Like the remote, I thought about the remote working, like, okay, I imagined myself using the remote. I thought about the remote working. I didn't care how it was going to work. I didn't think about like, okay, let me figure out how to make this remote work. I just thought about it working. I thought about what would take for it to work. With the unicorns, I didn't think like, how am I going to manifest these unicorns? Please show me unicorns, in a way that's like, oh, where are these unicorns? How come I haven't found my unicorn yet? It's been a day. I didn't see any unicorns. I went, show me unicorns. And I dropped it. I let it go. I didn't constantly every day go, please show me some unicorns today. Oh, why haven't I found my unicorns? Where the hell are my unicorns? I just said, show me unicorns. And I let it go. And that's another thing. Whatever it is you want to bring into your life, you have to manifest it, and then you have to let it go. You have to be willing to not like focus on it in a way where you're always asking. You can think about it in positive ways, like, oh, I'm so excited for this to happen. I can't wait till this next thing happens, or, oh, I'm looking forward to this or that aspect of it. But you have to kind of be willing to release it a little bit, so that you're not super hyper focusing on it, and just make it more calm of a situation. So like I thought about the remote working, like I imagined myself using the remote. I imagined that, but then I kind of let it go. I focused on something else. I did that little remote thing, and then I started doing something else to take my mind off of it. Because you do have to have a little bit of release, and you also have to have a little bit of trust in the universe. Trust that it will come. And I think that trust is the hard part that a lot of people get hung up on, is like, you have that, you can say all the right things, and you could put it out there, and you could speak in the present tense, and you could do all these things. But at the end of the day, if you don't trust that it's going to happen, if you don't have that trust in the universe, then you're not going to get what you want. And so if you feel that mistrust, which is okay, if totally fine, if you feel that, there's nothing wrong with you or broken with you. It's just like any relationship. You're not going to trust the person right away. It takes time to build up that trust. And that's where playing fun games like manifesting unicorns, manifesting mermaids, manifesting a song to come on the radio, or manifesting something free. Another thing that I like to say is manifest something free within the next 24 hours. That free thing could be anything. It could be, anything that could come across your path that's free. So what I'm going to say to you guys, I'm going to make it even easier for you. From your assignments are 2 things this week, and we'll talk about it next week. You don't have to talk about it. How can I say it? Let me just say what I want to say. Here are your assignments for this week. A, I want you to figure out what it is you want to manifest. If you want to share it, you can. If you don't, that's okay too. But think about what you want to manifest in your life. 2, I want you to manifest something free within the week. Don't stress about it. Don't think about it. Just put it out into the universe. Please show me the way to receive a free gift from you. I want to strengthen my belief in my relationship with you. So please show me something free so that I know that we are building this relationship. And, however you want to say it, you can focus on a free cup of coffee if you want to, but I think it's easier to just say, please show me something free, or I want to manifest free things this week. So I'm clearing the way. I'm allowing for free things to come my way. And allowing is a big word also. You have to be willing to allow it to happen. And a lot of times we get hung up with details like, oh, do I really want this? Is this really going to happen? Is this really a good thing? And sometimes we got to just sit back and allow. So think about what you want to manifest and manifest one free thing. Now, if you don't manifest something free all week, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad person or you're a failure. It just means that you have to work on strengthening your relationship with the universe a little bit more. But we're going to get there. You're all going to get there, but try to manifest something free and think about what it is you want to manifest for this little project. And if you don't want to participate in this project, that's cool too. So I'm going to ask you guys any questions, anything that you guys want to comment on. This is your time, or I should say, I'm going to check with I almost did it, the doctor, and ask if there's any comments I need to know about.
Got a slew of comments. We want to welcome Kat Sarah to your stream.
Oh, welcome.
Evening. She had a question, and she's now probably sticking around to see if she can get an answer later. Brianna wants to manifest a new vehicle that fits the needs, like a minivan or SUV. So
nice.
I just sent her a little, congratulations, a newer, affordable vehicle. And she'll get it, no kidding. I redefined your suggestions, your assignments for the week, so everybody has them. Think about and define what you want to manifest. Show me and give me something free or some things free this week.
Yeah.
And Ladybug L411 joined you also.
Oh, welcome to the stream.
That I remember from back in time. How does somebody deal with old programming that keeps coming in to self-sabotage manifesting? Second is it possible to manifest a person? Manifesting things are material. They exist, or we can create the idea to build something. We know that. But manifesting a person is an interesting concept because you have to be in sync with them. And I know that you need to have a willingness. So if you're looking for your, the perfect for you match, a lot of times people are looking within the confines of their neighborhood, their town, and that match may be somewhere else. So I think there's a lot to be said about that. And then I had one more to throw into that, but I think it's enough to start.
Okay. So let's talk about limiting beliefs. From the time that you are born, a newborn, until the time that you're 3 years old, you are very much affected by everything that's going on around you. Your parents, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, TV shows that were listened to in the home where you grew up, stories are right in there in your subconscious. The subconscious mind is like a sponge. It just receives. And your subconscious mind is what rules most of your life and most of your beliefs. It's, whether you see yourself, your self-esteem, your self-worth, your belief system is all nestled within your subconscious mind. So we need to consciously make decisions to change that. I think acknowledging is the first step. So think about some of your negative beliefs. Like, say, I'm just going to think about, and you guys comment some of your negative limiting beliefs and I'll see if I can help you turn them around. But understand that a lot of your beliefs are not based in reality. They're not based in truth. They're just based on what has been imprinted on you by the people that you were around and their thought processes. So like my grandmother used to always say things like, it's easier for what's the saying? It's easier for a camel to go through a needle in the eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to go into heaven. So that's like a very limiting thing. And she obviously had issues with people with money. So, and she had financial issues, just saying. So not to call you out, Grandma, but the truth is, if you don't feel, if you have an anger toward people who have money, if you have a jealousy toward people who have money, if you have low self-esteem and don't feel like you deserve money, you got to think about those fears and where they come from. So I'm just going to go through a couple of fears. Say you have a fear of getting money because you're afraid that you won't know how to deal with it or what to do with it. Like, I'm afraid of getting money because I'm afraid if I have money, I'm going to lose it because I don't know how to handle it. I'm not smart enough. Well, that's an easy thing to fix. You get financial advisors. You get good quality people that are accountants, lawyers, financial advisors, people who help you manage your money so that you're not responsible. And then you have that taken care of. And that's a way to combat that negative belief. Say you have a thought process of money doesn't grow on trees, money doesn't just come from anywhere. You have to work hard. You have to work so hard for everything you get. That's a negative belief because there are plenty of people in this world, and this is one way that you can combat negative beliefs. There's plenty of people in this world who have tons of money who don't work at all. And you could be one of those people too. There are lottery winners. There are people who have inherited money. There are people who have just struck gold in different ways. And so you have to kind of remind yourself that that's just a limiting belief. It's not reality, and try to find the chinks in the armor. Try to find the examples that kind of go against some of your negative beliefs. It's going to happen for other people, but it won't happen for me. That's another negative belief. Like, oh, Susie can be rich and Sammy can be successful and, Bobby can be successful, but not me. Why not you? Think about why you don't feel like you can be successful. What negative things have been put on you throughout your life to make you feel that way, and understand that whatever negative imprints you have, they're just suggestions. They're just what people who are around you thought. It wasn't based on, it's not it's hard to overcome these things, but I think acknowledging that they're not, first of all, most of the things that were put on you were not intended to be harmful. It was just the environment that you grew up in, and the environment that your parents and your grandparents and their parents grew up in. These things are cyclical. So understand that I'm not trying to go against anybody's parents or grandparents. These are just cyclical, systematic, negative things that we've all been kind of taught. Like, we don't have money to buy that. Like, you can't have that doll. We don't have money for that. That's not a good thing to say, because when you hear we don't have money for that, then that imprints like, oh, we don't have money. Oh, we have limited resources. Oh no, that's not good. Or, I can't afford that. Oh, limited resources. Or I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I'm not special enough. I'm not important enough. These are all kind of things that we have to overcome. And understanding that just because somebody said something to you doesn't mean that it's true. We put a lot of weight in what our families think of us. But the truth is, they're just people who are flawed. They have flaws, and they're not always right. And as much as we want to put these titles on mom and dad and grandma and grandpa and have so much respect and love for them, they're just people. They're just people, and they're not always right. And their opinions are not always right. And it can be challenging to overcome these things, but you have to kind of understand that. And when you do have a negative belief, I think it's important to acknowledge that negative belief. I think it's important to acknowledge, that you're having that, so that you can let it go, so that you can challenge it. And challenging beliefs are the best thing. It's like, money doesn't buy happiness. Well, no, money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy other things. It buys freedom. And freedom gives you the opportunity to find happiness. It gives you the opportunity to be generous and kind and helpful to people who need it. And that will make you happy.
Interesting, you mentioned money doesn't buy happiness. The debate I had with somebody one time was, really? I can prove that it does. And they said, okay, show me. And it's like, simple. Do you like being able to have a warm shower in the morning? Yes. Do you like the fact you can flick the light switch because you paid your electric bill? Yeah. So how do you have these things? You paid rent. You had the money to pay your electric and your water bill and your gas bill. So you're happy with these things. You're happy with food too. So money buys these things. Yeah. Money does buy happiness.
It does. It definitely buys happiness. And, your mind frame you can have all the money in the world or you can have no money. And your mind frame is definitely going to be the thing that gets you through the day and makes you happy or unhappy. But money can definitely make you happy and make a lot of other people happy, and in return make you happier. So you got to think about these things and be willing to acknowledge them and call yourself out on them. We limit ourselves all the time with the things that we don't that we don't believe certain things about ourselves. Like, I could never do this. You got to ask yourself why you don't think you can do that. Why you're willing to have that belief system. And just the best way to combat your kind of negative or limiting beliefs, so I'm just going to call them limiting beliefs, is to understand that they're there. Understand they're there, and then work on them and just work on challenging those beliefs, challenging them, and working through them. And it may take some time. It's not something that's a right away situation. But I think that understanding that the people who gave you those beliefs are not geniuses, and think about the other things that they're wrong about. So I'm just going to use this as an example. My dad said money doesn't grow on trees. Okay. But you know what? My dad also said this and this and this, and I don't agree with him on that. So why am I going to have to agree with him on this other thing? That's just his opinion. That's his limiting beliefs that he's learned from his life. I believe that money is easy to manifest, and money is easy to manifest. Money is easy. It's energy. You just have to really feel like you want it and you're worth it. And you have to just really focus on, the easiness of it. The more easy you feel it is, the more it's going to easily come to you. So another thing is talking about getting into manifesting people. Here's my thought. Here's my thought. Let's go. Okay. I believe that you can manifest your perfect person, your perfect love. But I feel like certain things have to be in place in order for that to happen. But I want to talk to you guys, before I talk about that, I want to talk to you about manifesting, like exes coming back, things like that. Sometimes it can work that you can manifest an ex coming back into your life. Sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you'll manifest that ex coming back into your life and it's not a good thing. So I think that when it comes to that kind of thing, it can be a little dicey. A lot of times when you break up with somebody, it's for a good reason. And more than not, I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but more often than not, it's probably better to let them go. But the best way to manifest love is to manifest how can I say this? Think about the person that's going to be ideal for you as detailed as you can. The little things, the big things, you shouldn't focus on a person. Like, I really want a guy that's like Tom Cruise. I want him to look like Tom Cruise. I want him to act like Tom Cruise. I want him to be Tom Cruise's height. I want him to have Tom Cruise's money. You don't want to do that because A, you don't know Tom Cruise, unless you do, but most of us don't really know him. And so you might manifest a guy that's just like Tom Cruise. This is bad parts. You know what I mean? And he might have Tom Cruise's, issues and problems that you don't even realize Tom Cruise has, but you're bringing that to your front door. So it's not good to manifest a person based on another person, or you know what I mean? You want to think about the qualities and the things that you have, and be honest with yourself. I'm going to be honest with you. If I said, I want to manifest a guy who loves to run 5 miles a day. I want to manifest a guy who really, really loves motorcycles. And I really want to manifest a guy who is really very, straight-laced, type A personality. That probably wouldn't be the guy for me. But maybe that looks good on paper. Maybe that's like what my mom would want me to have, for example. So if I'm trying to manifest that, that's not my real person. And I might meet guys like that, but I'm not going to have that connection with them because it's not really my real person. You have to really, when you think about the person that you want, you got to think about somebody that's right for you, that's going to be perfect for you, that's not trying to fit into some kind of societal standards, that's not thinking about what other people think you should be with, or downgrading yourself. Like, I'm not attractive, so I'm not even going to work on trying to be with somebody who's attractive. I'm just going to try to focus on this or that. But then you're going to manifest a bunch of people that you might not be attracted to. So, like, think about really what's going to make you happy. And that might be a daunting task at first because a lot of us don't know what's going to make us happy. More often than not, people get into, trust me when I say this, I know this, I am very experienced with this. More often than not, people get into relationships with people based on two things. Ready? Are you ready for the two things? Two things. Here's the two things. Number one.
What are the two things? Why are you holding back? What are the two things? Tell us.
I'm going to tell you guys, right? It's like an infomercial. But wait, there's more. No, just kidding. So the two reasons that people get into relationships with other people, number one is that good old chemistry, that physical spark and that connection. That is what drags people to each other, that physical connection. But two, it is based on their upbringing and attachment style. So we have different types of attachment. There's normal, healthy attachment. There's anxious attachment. And there's avoidant attachment. I think there's one more. I don't know what it is. Those three are the top three. So healthy attachment is what it sounds like. Healthy attachment. You feel good. You trust the person. You have a good connection. It's a good, healthy relationship. You have good communication. You're not afraid of them. You trust them. It's comfortable. And that is, you're very lucky and you're very fortunate if that is what you have, because it means you had a really great childhood and you were raised really well and everything was great. Many, many, many of us have one or the other, the avoidant attachment style or the anxious attachment style. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Guess who likes to get with each other the most? The avoidant and the anxious. Because the avoidant attachment style likes the consistency of the anxious person. Because the avoidant attachment person is very afraid of their emotions. They're very afraid of being open. They're very afraid of trusting. They're just afraid of their emotions. So they avoid emotional contact. They only give little bits, crumbs, dribs, and drabs. So they like the anxious person because with the anxious person, they know where they stand. They know what they're dealing with and they feel like they have that power and control. So the avoidant loves the anxious person. The anxious person loves the avoidant person because that avoidant person represents the person in their life that avoided them in childhood and made them into the anxious avoidant style. So these things are the two reasons that we really choose the people that we end up with. And many times, I hate to say it to you guys, but we focus on choosing partners that are very similar to our parents or our main caregivers. So that is weird, but it is what it is, and that's what happens. So in order to kind of overcome that, you have to really do some self-work in order to find the right person. So if you had a parent who was very critical of you, or a parent who was avoidant and not there for you, you may develop that anxious attachment style because you don't feel good enough. So you're always feeling like you have to do more, worry more, focus more because you're feeling like you're trying to make up for something you lack. And then if you had also a parent who was, abusive in some other way or the same way, it depends on your personality, you might just shut down from emotions. Maybe you've dealt with trauma growing up. Maybe you've dealt with the loss of a relative at a young age, or maybe you've just dealt with parents who didn't give a crap about you. You might develop that cold avoidant style where you just get into relationships for your own needs and you don't really think about the other people and you're afraid of emotions. And anytime there's an emotional issue that comes up, you either break up with the person, run away, cause a fight, do whatever you need to do to avoid those emotions. So these are issues that can be resolved with a lot of work. And you can either I shouldn't say a lot of work, with some work. You have to, first of all, acknowledge that you have the problem. You cannot fix a problem you don't acknowledge is there. So acknowledging you have the issue, acknowledging what kind of attachment style you have will help you so much. It'll help you avoid getting into bad relationships because you'll see the signs. It'll help you avoid future pain and future hurt. And it'll also help you to identify that you have an issue that needs to be taken care of. And so once you identify that you have an issue that needs to be taken care of, then you could work on rebuilding yourself and building yourself back up and working on yourself to love yourself. There's tons of different ways to do this. You can get a therapist, you can read books, you can do inner child work, you can do journaling. There's a lot of forgiveness that's going to happen with the parent or parents that mistreated you. And, you're going to have to do some work to build yourself up and parent yourself the way that you weren't properly parented growing up. And that's, it can be done. It's definitely something that is fixable. I can recommend books to you guys that I've read that are really good. There's lots of different ways to fix this, but acknowledging the issue is really the most important thing. Have you ever known somebody who was on drugs and you're like, yo, you are on drugs. You are addicted to drugs. You are a crackhead and you need to get some help. And they're just like, no, I'm good. I don't know what you're talking about. I had too much caffeine today. And you're like, wow, they are totally in denial. They are so in denial and they're never going to get the help they need because they're just not really wanting to acknowledge the problem. I'm sure we've all dealt with people who are just in denial of, whatever. And it's hard to change, it's hard to grow, and it's hard to help yourself if you're in that denial state. So understanding why we get attracted to who we get attracted to is huge. Understanding where our attachment style comes from is huge. And understanding maybe some issues that we have to work on. We tend to put ourselves in boxes and, it just happens. I'm an overweight person and I've had a lot of insecurities about being overweight. I'm trying to lose weight, but I've had a lot of insecurities about that. And I was raised in a family who was very, very critical of me being overweight. And that has imprinted upon me. And it's very hard for me to get over that. I'm trying and I'm still working on it. And I built my confidence up a lot, but it's still there in the back of my mind. Like, oh, this guy won't like you because you're fat. Or he won't want to be in a relationship with you because you're fat. Or, maybe he'll want to, have sex with you, but he won't want to actually be in a relationship with you because guys don't like fat girls. I'm not fat shaming. This is just what I was told. So don't think I'm fat shaming anybody. This is just things that I heard growing up. Like, oh, nobody wants to date the fat girl. You'll have so many guys around you if you lose weight. Nobody wants to be, and I was having relationships at the time, but they just, for some reason, it just didn't dawn on me. I believed what they said, that nobody wanted to date me, but I had tons of guys who wanted to date me. But in my mind, what I always go back to every time that I think about asking a guy out or flirting with a guy or dating a guy, it's always like, oh, I'm overweight. They're not going to be interested in me. They're not going to be attracted to me. I need to lose weight before I can ask them out. I need to do this or that. And so, these things imprint on us, and it's, I know the problem is there. I acknowledge it and I'm working on it, but it's still there. So just understand that, be gentle with yourselves, be understanding with yourselves and love yourselves the way you weren't loved, the way you were supposed to be loved. You know what I'm saying? Be kind to yourself. I think that's really important. You are special and unique and amazing, and you have qualities and skills that are uniquely yours. There is not going to be another you in this world, in this universe, in this stratosphere. You are unique and amazing, and you deserve to be loved and cherished, and you deserve happiness. You deserve that. And you not only deserve to receive love, but you deserve to give love as well. And there will be somebody coming your way that can treat you well. But in order to find somebody who will treat you well, you have to believe that you deserve to be treated well. And you have to believe that you can be in a good, healthy relationship. And that, we all tend to settle. And that's just not good. We tend to settle because we're lonely, or we just don't feel like we deserve any better, and that's why we're in bad relationships. And that's why you're either going to be single for a long time because you're just like, I don't want to date anybody anymore. I'm just going to be single forever because I just don't want to get hurt or disappointed, and you just resolve yourself to being single. Or you just date constantly different people because you're just hoping to find a relationship. But imagine if I said, that I wanted you to find something for me in a room that was completely dark, and I wasn't going to give you any instructions or any directions, and I was just going to go, it's in that room, go find it. And you're just stabbing around in the dark. That's how a lot of people date. They're just stabbing around in the sounds kind of sexual. Stabbing around in the dark. That's a good theme party. But it's like if you're not dating with an understanding and a purpose, and you're not dating with a value for yourself, then you're not going to have success dating, and you're not going to find what you're looking for because you're stabbing around in the dark. So I believe you can manifest people into your life. I think that you start out with manifesting smaller things if you're not ready to manifest the big thing. Manifest really good friends. Manifest people to help you when you need it. Manifest, experiences and fun things. Like, I just want to manifest an enjoyable first date. Try that. Go there and then see where you can come from there. But manifest in a way that you're kind of looking forward to it and excited about it, not in a way where you're just like, I just want to be with somebody. I'm so depleted. You're never going to get anywhere if you're focusing from a point of lack. And if you feel like you're saying something, you got to be willing to catch yourself. Remember before where I said something about, I was trying to give you guys an example, and I said, I need, and I caught myself. I was like, wait, I don't want to use the word need. You have to get like that. You have to be willing to catch yourself. Like, if you feel yourself operating from a state of lack, then you got to catch yourself in the act. And it's not easy. It's going to take some time, but you want to start to do that. Also, avoid words like struggle, difficult, hard. Like, I hear so many people go, F my life, I'm on the struggle bus. Oh, it's so hard, so difficult. And it's like, you're just making that amplified in your life more. You notice the most people who say they struggle tend to struggle a lot. People who say things are hard tend to have a lot of difficulties. So instead say, I'm really challenged by this, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm challenged, but I'm going to make it work. And that challenge word is a better word because you're acknowledging that something is a challenge. It is something that you're having to work at, but a challenge gives you an opportunity to achieve. It gives you an opportunity to grow. I'm having a challenge right now in my life. I'm trying to learn a new skill, and I'm having a challenge with it because it is not coming as easily as I would like it to, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue to go forward. And when I get better at it, I'll show you guys what it is. But just know that we all are challenged, and try to change the words you use, if that makes sense. I know I got really long-winded, guys. I apologize. I did not intend to get so long-winded.
Taking a brief moment to let you know you're 1 hour into your broadcast, so that's probably a good time to say welcome to a few people who joined in. Queen is new to this evening, and she pointed out, made a new statement. She says she likes what you have to say. She's a new subscriber. And
yay!
Very, very beautiful soul. Brianna pointed out that she's in no hurry for a new relationship, or not to commit too fast. She is open to meeting new people.
Yeah, and that's good.
Yep. So a little bit of that, and there was a little bit of a debate earlier that seems to have dissipated, which is kind of good. And it was regarding belief systems. And so here we are currently. Alia is with us this evening, and which reminds me, about 4 weeks ago, there was a mention of Futurama, and the episode where they were in the internet, the other one, where they were having laser tag, is called Bicyclops Built for Two, and that's where Leela met her own species, but they were actually in the internet. So, yeah, there you go. 4 weeks later, I came up with the answer. Yay.
Yay. Well, you know what? It's better late than never. So, welcome to everybody that is here tonight. I want to use these cards. First of all, let me just center myself. Okay. Before we go any further, I want to go and do our second giveaway of the evening. So we already did one giveaway. Jennifer Leeton has won. Congratulations, girl. Let's do our second giveaway. All right, guys, here we go. I have a stone in my hand. Oh, let me give you the giveaway rules. So giveaway rule number 1 is you got to be over 18. I'm not talking to a minor. It's just not what I do. Number 2, you got to subscribe to this channel because, first of all, this channel is awesome. But second of all, just do me a solid. Subscribe to the channel. It's part of the rules. You have to do it. Third is you have to be from the United States. I'm really sorry. There's a lot of logistics about international giveaways. And, it is what it is. So I apologize if you're not from the US and you're watching. I'm sorry you can't participate in the giveaway. If you want to still participate, you can. You just have to give that giveaway win to somebody else. But you can use that as an opportunity to be benevolent. So, if you want to still play, you can. So I have a stone in my hand right now. Here we go. Whoever can correctly identify the color of that stone first is going to win 10 minutes with me. So I want you guys to start your engines, start your guesses or your intuition. Tune in, and whoever gets it right will win. The first answer is the winner. You guys can answer as many times as you like. Just have to answer one time per comment. So start your engines, and let's see who's going to win this one. Since we're on the thing of manifestation and things like that, I have these cards, and they are called the divine. What are they called? Divine Abundance. These are new cards I just got recently. But I wanted to do a pick a card with these because I thought that this would be very fitting. Now, these cards tend to talk a little bit about money, but if you're not looking to manifest money, if you're more looking to manifest, an opportunity or a love or something like that, just know that these lessons can still be applied to you. So don't stress too much about it. But I wanted to do a pick a card with these because I thought it would be very interesting to kind of help you get on your road. If you're feeling lost, if you're feeling like, wow, I don't know what my limiting beliefs are, I don't know what direction to take, these cards will kind of help you get on that road. So we're going to do a pick a card reading while we're waiting for the thingamajig for the winner to our giveaway. And of course, if anybody has any other questions about manifestation or stuff like that, you guys can totally ask.
We have a winner.
Ooh. Who is the winner?
Alia. Guess the color, which is clear. Yes, clear.
Good job, Alia. Here you go. There you go. Clear. It looks kind of like a diamond, which is the birthstone for the month of April.
Regarding manifesting, one of the tips you mentioned, put it out to the universe. You were discussing about the unicorns, and you weren't going every minute of the day. Show me unicorns, where are my unicorns? A tip I learned that seems to help is to remember, are you ready to receive? And if you can remember just the first letters of that, it's 5 letters, R-U-R-T-R. It actually stands for recognize you're one with the universe, unite with that, make your request, give thanksgiving, and then release it.
That's really interesting. I think that's a really interesting. I haven't heard that one before, but I think that's important. And it's true. It's like, put it out there, be clear about what you want, put it out there in a positive way with trust, and, and be grateful every day for everything, and release, and always have that thing of this or something better. So if I really wanted a certain car, I really want this car, this red Nissan Maximus, whatever. I'm just making stuff up. So if I'm like, I really want that car, that is the car. If you always are just focused on that specific car, you're totally not being open to the bevy of other opportunities. So if you say, I want this car or something better, you may manifest a car that's even better beyond your wildest dreams to what you thought it could be. And I think that it's really important to have that openness of this or something better, this or something better. That is so important. Like, I really want to get this promotion at work or something better. I really want to have, this amazing, day, where I'm going to do whatever or something better. You always have to have that something better in there because it helps release you from hyper focusing, but it also leaves you open, because a lot of times we'll have an idea of what we want, but the universe has so many other options that we don't even know about or are not even aware of. And that really, releasing that kind of, I can't think of the right word that I'm trying to use, but releasing your kind of being finite about that one thing and being open, you'll be surprised at the amazing opportunities that come your way that you could not even like expect. So it's just think about that. Whenever you're trying to manifest is like this or something better, it's a good way to release and a good way to be open to something that is so beyond your expectations of amazingness that you can't even imagine and never knew could exist. So that's something to think about as well. So think about that. Think about that. All right, guys. Congratulations, Alia, for winning the second giveaway of the evening. I have these beautiful Divine Abundance cards right here, right here. This is going to be a message to you from the universe about manifestation. Maybe it's what you need to work on, what you need to release. Maybe it's giving you some understanding about what's coming your way, but just it's about your relationship with the universe. And that's basically, pertaining to abundance. So deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Let's get started. These cards are really, really pretty, you guys. I think you're going to like them. So deck number 3, we have Divine Source, Letting Go, and Sanctity. So I'm going to read what's on these cards if I can. The writing is kind of small, but this is the first one, and that is Divine Source. And that's understanding that your source for abundance is not your job, not your mom, not your husband. It's the universe. Always know that. Always know that your source is the universe. If we always focus on, say for example, you work somewhere and you make $500 a week. So you can think, okay, I make $500 a week. I make $2,000 a month. That is my income. And if you only focus on that being your source, your job, then all you're going to have is $2,000 a month. But if you focus on the universe being your source and not really your job, then you're going to open yourself up to all these other opportunities that would not have been there if you don't open up to that being your source. So like if you say, yeah, I make $2,000 a month at my job, but that's not the source of my income. The source of my income is the universe. You might manifest a better job. You might manifest $10,000. You might manifest an inheritance. You have to be open to that. The universe is your source, and that is where your money comes from. The universe brought you that job. It can bring you a better job. The universe is your source. Okay, the next thing is sanctity. I'm going to read this. Through offering even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. Wait, hold on. Through offering even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So I feel like what this is about is understanding the level that the universe can do for you. It's also showing gratitude. I think that one of the best ways to become a better manifester is manifest different things all the time. So constantly, like, manifest a light to turn green, manifest a song you like on the radio, manifest, some help in a store if you need it, manifest a sale on something. Like, I really want to buy this. Let's manifest a sale. And there's nothing wrong with manifesting discounts because it doesn't mean that you're lacking. It just means, you have more money to enjoy. Manifest running into a person or hearing from a person. Practice. Somebody is calling me. I'm so sorry, guys. I would not pay attention to this normally, but usually this doesn't happen unless something is wrong. I don't know. That's weird. Sorry, guys. Apologies. Anyway, manifest lots of little things to help build up your muscles. So, manifesting $1 million may not be an easy thing to manifest right off the bat if you've never manifested before. I mean, if you can do that, that's amazing. But if you can't, if you feel overwhelmed by that, manifest little things. It'll help build your relationship, and it'll help also build your gratitude, because every time you get a manifestation, you are going to feel more grateful, and make sure you give that thanks. Like, oh, thank you so much, universe. I really appreciate that. And like I said, I wanted you guys this week to work on manifesting something for free. Whatever it is, you can just say, I would like to receive something for free, and don't specify it. You can specify it if you want to. It's up to you, whatever you feel in your heart. But that manifestation is a small thing. It's a test. It's a way to strengthen your gifts. And it's also an opportunity to be thankful. Be thankful for as much as you can. Even the mundane things, like a good cup of coffee, or a nice pillow, or somebody smiling at you, or a nice, smell or whatever it is that's coming around. And the last thing is letting go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. And this is again what we were talking about with trusting the universe. And knowing that the universe has your back and the universe is going to help you get what you want. So for your reading, number 1 is understand that the universe is the source of your income. Start by manifesting small things to build up your resolve and to understand what works for you, because you're all going to have different means. For some of you, it might be visualization. For some of you, it might be journaling and scripting. For some of you, it might be a vision board. For some of you, it might be just a certain song or whatever. However you want to do it is up to you, but just have fun. And the last thing again is once you put it out there, let it go. Have that trust that the universe has your back. And again, this or something better. All right, deck number 2. Deck number 2. Ooh, deck number 2. I am liking this deck number 2. Deck number 2, the first thing that I'm getting for you is this card, this inner child card, which tells me that you do have some reprogramming to do. You have to reprogram your subconscious. So I'm going to say, allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So I want to encourage you to do some inner child work. I want to encourage you to work on doing some inner child meditations, doing some fun inner child work. You can go and research that. I don't want to take up too much time, but that is definitely something. And you have to work on retraining your brain. There are tons of wonderful manifestation hypnosises to release and let go. There's a woman, her name is Carrie Samuels. I think it's spelled with a K, Carrie Samuels. She's on YouTube. She has really good meditations for releasing blockages and things like that. I have some meditations as well, not to toot my own horn, but you can use those as well. But just do that inner child work and work on releasing some of those deeply rooted negative beliefs. The next thing is receiving. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plans, to trust my inner guidance. So here's again one of the best ways to heal from negative beliefs and negative influences is to focus on gratitude, finding things to be grateful for. Start a gratitude journal every day. Write down different positive things that happen. It will do 2 things. It'll get you focused more on the positive than the negative. It'll get you focused more on the abundance rather than the lack, and it will get you in a grateful mindset, which will raise your vibration and allow more good things to come your way. These are all really important things. It's like baby steps. So while you're healing, focus on gratitude, and the more you focus on, the more you'll have. So your first days, you might only have like a couple of things to be grateful for. Keep building on that. Try to challenge yourself. Like, I had 5 things yesterday. I want to have 6 things today. And you will find things to be grateful for. And again, it doesn't have to be a big deal thing. It could be like, wow, that person held the door open for me, or that person let me cut in front of them online, or, oh, that oatmeal was really delicious. It was just perfect. Thank you. I'm grateful. One day I got so excited because I realized how many spoons I had. I opened my drawer. I was doing dishes and I went to put a spoon away and I was like, oh my God, I have so many spoons. How did I amass this many spoons in my life? I was just really grateful for having so many spoons. I know it's a silly thing, but I was grateful for it. It made me super happy that I was a person who owned that many spoons. Hoarding problems, probably. But either way, it was a positive in that day. And the last thing is flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. Again, this is about raising your vibration. So deck number 2, you're not in the best place right now to be abundant or to get abundance, but that doesn't mean that you won't get there. I believe that you can get there. I just think you may have a little bit of work to do. Do that inner child work, get into that gratitude mindset and raise that vibration. And again, when you're going through your day, think about whether or not you're in the flow. So when you're in the flow, you're in the flow. Things are going well. It's peaceful. You feel peaceful. You feel happy. You feel grateful. You just feel good. No matter what happens, you're just like letting it roll off your back. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all get angry. I get hangry or grouchy sometimes. But for the most part, try to find things to be positive and happy about rather than just zeroing in on the negative. And when you're in the flow, you feel it. You just feel happy. You feel grateful, excited, positive. And, you may have to do some work and you may have some challenges, but I really feel you're going to get there. This is your kind of opportunity to take that on. And now deck number 3. Deck number 3. Okay, deck number 3, here's what I'm getting. The first card is absolutely beautiful. It's called Companionship. And here we go. It's beautiful elephants. Giving someone your complete presence is an astounding gift. So I feel like this is talking about what you can do to give back, what you can do to create positivity and raise your vibration. And that's what we all want to do. We all want to raise our vibration. Maybe think about where you can be a little giving or where you can be a little more present for somebody and help make their day better. And that karma will build and help you raise your vibration and make your day better. So I think that partnership, but another thing I want to say, a caveat, is to think about maybe this group is good for you because it'll keep you focused. It'll keep you accountable. It'll keep you feeling like you have somebody to talk about this stuff with or somebody to learn with. Maybe you want to buddy up with somebody in the group and work with them to manifest and help each other out. That's something that you can do as well, and use, connect with somebody, make a friend, or find other groups that you can be part of, like different Facebook groups about abundance and manifestation. You can even start a group yourself, but I feel like this is about being open to connecting with people and letting people in, and that will help you. I think a lot of times people shut people out because they're afraid, or they don't want to get hurt, or they just feel like they're not worthy. And I think that part of your lesson is to realize that you are a gift and you can be a gift to somebody else, and you have to be willing to acknowledge that within yourself. The next thing is right action. Ooh. I can't read what that word says. I'm just trying to. So basically this is about taking, so I'm just trying to read. My eyes are bad. This is about taking that action, that inspired action. So when you're trying to manifest something, say I want to manifest $5,000. Okay. I need $5,000 by April 4th. That is my thing. So immediately, the first thing I might want to think about is like, okay, where can I get $5,000 from? Okay, here are my options. I can rob a bank. I can go and ask my Uncle Joe for money. I can go and get a part-time job. I can do all this stuff. You may think about that. And those are not always the right options. You never want to do anything out of desperation or out of like desperation or fear or, in that kind of intention. If you want to manifest $5,000, you say, hey, universe, I would like $5,000. I would like it by April 4th. Show me the way. Show me what is possible to me for me to get that money. Show me the path. Show me the way. Let's make this happen. $5,000 or something more. And that's where you kind of release and let it go. And then taking inspired action is when you get those gut feelings. You may have a dream about something, or you may get an offer. Somebody may say to you like, hey, I have this, I need somebody to help me with this. Can you do that for me? These inspired actions, the universe will clear the way and show it to you. You want to wait for those gut feelings or those inspired actions that seem miraculous, that seem amazing, not something that you're forcing the issue. Forcing the issue isn't manifesting. It's just getting in the universe's way. If you say, okay, I need $5,000, I am going to go and get out a payday loan. Yeah, you could do that. And that might get you the $5,000, but it's not going to get you the $5,000 in a good way. And you're going to end up having trouble in the long run. You don't want to get in the universe's way or shortcut the universe. You have to build that trust, if that makes sense. So this is about the right action versus the wrong action. And then you'll know the difference because the wrong action feels desperate. it feels like, yeah, maybe this is going to work. Maybe I'll do this. It feels forced and it feels desperate. And so just think about that. So again, if you're trying to manifest, a date, you never want to be like going to a place and going like, okay, wait, okay, who's here? Let me see. Let me scope out the room. Could this person be the one? Could that person be the one? Could this person? You don't want to be in that state of like always looking. Whenever I do readings for people and they ask me, are they going to meet somebody? I give them the reading. Like, yeah, I feel you're going to meet somebody, blah, blah, blah. I give them like a description. But one thing that I really don't do is I don't give them names. Because if I say you're going to meet somebody named Jill, they are going to meet every person named Jill. They're going to be like, is this the Jill? Is that the Jill? And they may get with the wrong Jill because they're so focused on the name and not focused on their feelings. They're just wanting to be... They're just wanting it to work. They're wanting it to happen, that they're wanting to kind of, we like to complete tasks. And so you're going to be so wanting to complete that task that you might get with the wrong Jill, or somebody that's maybe not named Jill, but something close to Jill. You know what I mean? Because we're just trying to achieve that goal. So just understand it's about the inspired action that comes, that gut instinct or that thing that just comes miraculously out of nowhere that the universe just sends your way. And the last thing is gratitude. Again, gratitude is coming up a lot, guys. Really, it is so important to be grateful for little things, because the more gratitude you have, the more things you're going to have to be grateful for. And it's another thing that I want to challenge you guys with is, I'm going to add more homework. I'm sorry. I'm the strict teacher. Just don't come for me. But I'm going to add more homework to your to-do list. So figure out what you want to manifest by April 4th. Get a finite idea of just one goal that you want to manifest. It could be anything, big or small. That's your first thing that you got to do, is define your goal. Second thing is manifest something free within the next 7 days. And also the third thing is write down 10 things to be grateful for every day. If you skip a day, that's fine. We live life. Things happen. Don't stress yourself out about it, but try your best to get 10 things every day. If you can get more than 10 things, my hat's off to you. So just think about the different things that you can get every day. And if you can't get 10 things, then you get 8 things or 7 things, but try your best. And even if you have to dig deep and go, hey, I'm really grateful to have running water. I'm really grateful to have Wi-Fi. I'm really grateful to have, my legs that work and function properly. If you have legs that work and function properly. So, dig deep. You can get those things. So, Doctor, do we have any comments?
Sorry, I was typing. I was doing homework. Welcome to the show, Tarek Jones. And first thing that was typed in was, I'm grateful for finding your channel today. So welcome.
Aww,
and thank you.
Thank you.
Diana was pointed out something really interesting a little bit earlier on. And if I can get back to it, it was... I lost it. Yep, all right, okay. Diana, don't get on me for that one. I just know it. It's just going to be one of those, yeah. Okay, she's going to get mad at me. I earned that one. One thing I wanted to mention also about a gratitude list that I learned, and it may be helpful, is starting with, okay, the shower. I have hot water. Shoelaces in the shoes. Socks to cover my feet. I can feel. Start with your 5 senses. And the objective I learned was to not repeat the 10 items each day or 5 items I was writing down. So starting with the first day with my 5 senses, I can smell, I can feel, I can taste, I can hear. I had LASIK, so I don't need glasses anymore. I'm happy for what I can see, even though now I can't see the street signs that far away, but that's a whole other topic. And so that would be a good way to start.
Yeah, I think you made a really good point, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring it up, but don't repeat your things. Don't be like, I am so grateful for my cup of coffee. I am so grateful for my cup of coffee. That is good to acknowledge that gratitude within yourself, but for your list, always try to think of new things to be grateful for. You can find tons of things if you really look for it. I'm grateful that we have this show. I'm grateful that you guys come week after week and we have this wonderful connection. I'm grateful for the energy that we're all connecting with. I'm grateful that the doctor is here to help me read comments. I'm grateful that I found this cool background that I really like. I think it looks pretty. I'm grateful that my friend gave me this cute little bee necklace because it makes me happy. And bees are a symbol of prosperity, if you guys didn't know. So have some bees around you because it's a great symbol of prosperity. Another thing you could do is do some root chakra work, because the root chakra is also connected to prosperity. And if you're having prosperity consciousness issues, you might want to do some root chakra meditations or focus on your root chakra a little bit. Wear red, eat red foods. It will help you get into that mind frame of being a little bit more conscious. But yeah, definitely think about, I think the five senses was great. And I think also make sure that every day you have different things on your gratitude list. It's really, really important. And the more you get into the mind frame of looking for things to be grateful for, the more you're going to have things to be grateful for. It will change your perspective in life.
The bee is also a symbol, and the beehive is a symbol of industriousness.
Yes, you're so right. That is good. And, being industrious is a very good thing. It's a very good thing to be industrious and to have that kind of fun energy behind you. So, guys, we're going to do, what time is it? I apologize.
I was just going to let you know you have about 30 minutes left in this week's broadcast.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. So let's do our final giveaway. Why not? Again, I'll give the rules real quick, just in case you guys don't know them. Got to be over 18, got to subscribe to this channel, and you got to be from the United States. So I have a tarot card right here. This is a tarot card. This is the first person who correctly identifies this tarot card is going to win 10 minutes with me. So far, Jennifer and Alia won. So let's see who can win next. And you can enter as many times as you want to. You just have to do one comment per entry and follow all the other rules. Everything should be written in the description box below. And whoever tells me the answer to this tarot card is the first person who correctly identifies this tarot card is going to win 10 minutes with me. And it is a major arcana card, just so you guys know. I wouldn't make it too difficult for you. It's not going to be like the Six of Pentacles. That's crazy. I want to make it like winnable for you guys. So it's a major arcana card. So let's take our focus away from all this manifestation and stuff, and I want to make the show a little bit more balanced. So let's talk about something else. What kind of reading would you guys like to do next? Would you like to do just a love reading? Would you guys like to do a message from the universe reading? Yes or no? Let's do yes or no. I already answered my own question. But you guys can also absolutely connect. And you guys can also suggest some reading ideas. But we're going to do a yes or no, because those are always fun to do. And the doctor will let me know when we have our next.
We have a winner.
Who won?
Congratulations, Brianna. Yes.
Brianna, you're doing awesome because you also won my Facebook contest. So, congratulations, Brianna. You're killing the game. Guys, this is a yes or no. Pick a card. So just think about your question, whatever that question is, and you're going to get an answer, and it's going to be a yes or no. Okay, here we go. Deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Think about your question. 1, 2, or 3. Here we go. Deck number 1 is no, not yet. So here we go. It's you guys can't read it, but it says it's the balsamic moon and it's a time for healing. So what this card is telling me is no, not yet. That it will happen, that you're on your way, but some steps need to be taken. Things are not really completely aligned just yet, but it will happen. It's on the way, but it's not right now, not in the present, but it's getting there. And what I would say to you is there's some things that need to be either reconciled or some things that need to be decided before you're going to get your yes. And maybe the reason it's not a yes right now is because you're still uncertain about whether or not you want it. So deck number 2 is again going to be a no, not yet. I'm getting a no, not yet. And it's the full moon in Taurus. And it's that card looks super funky. Sorry, guys. You can't even see the beauty of this card. Well, there you go. Maybe you can see it there. Your dreams need a practical plan. So what this means is that your ideas are great, but you need to think about what things need to kind of be arranged to make this happen. So I did talk to you guys a little bit about taking divine action and, not trying to force anything. But I think in this situation, you may need to think about doing a little bit of research. You may need to maybe ask somebody's advice or ask for help. So I would just say that it's definitely not a no forever, but it's definitely a no, not yet. And the last thing is a yes. Finally, I was a little nervous we were going to get 3 no's, and that would have been sad. Deck number 3 is a yes. So it's be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon. So this is like, yes, go for the gusto. Do it. Take your place in the circle of life. Take your place on the sun and make your move and go for it and make it happen. And this is definitely a very big yes. So whatever it is, it's going to happen and you are going to be able to go. And maybe you may have to do some initiation. Initiation? Is that the right word? I don't think that's the right word. Initiating. That's the right word. You may have to do some initiating, but it is definitely a big fat yes. So, do we have a winner for the last giveaway? Oh, wait, we did have a winner. Sorry, it was Brianna. I'm losing my mind.
It's still Brianna.
It's still Brianna. Sorry, girl. I didn't mean to do that to you. Do we have any comments that I need to know about?
Right now, regarding a pick a card reading, let's see, love reading would be great.
Okay.
B suggested maybe next partner. Jennifer suggested a zodiac message, and that's always a thing to be able to do a whirlwind to go through those 12.
All right, let's see if we can do that. I can't open my water bottle, you guys. This is so embarrassing, but I usually open this with my mouth. My hands are very I have baby hands. They're very soft, and I don't have the grip to be able to open my water bottle. And I don't want to open it with my mouth on YouTube because that's kind of gross and embarrassing. Let me see if I can use my shirt. Mama needs some... Oh, wait, this might work. Okay, there we go.
Does the crunching of a water bottle annoy you or anybody?
It doesn't annoy me. I kind of like the sound.
Fingernails on chalkboard for me. When I
Really?
hear one of those, yeah, it's just an irritant.
You know what? You have very sensitive ears, and I think that you have really good hearing. That's a compliment.
Yeah. Highly sensitive to a lot.
Yes, because you always hear everything. When the doctor and I are having conversations, he'll be like, "What's that sound? What are you doing?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I turned a doorknob."
Sounds like you're opening a bottle of Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh, you got it from the 3rd shelf down, too, at this convenience store. Yes, how did you know?
That is so true. He's got razor sharp ears. And sometimes you don't realize it. Just sometimes I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I'm kind of a fidgety person and I don't sit still. I'm very like, I like to like, if I'm on the phone, I'll be like, I don't know, I'll be playing with this or maybe I'll do something like this or something. I don't know. I'm very fidgety. I might be organizing something or I might be like, I don't know. I just do two things at once. I'm just a fidgety person. So I have to know when I'm talking with the doctor, I have to kind of be more quiet and just try to be still, but it's not easy for me. So let's do a love reading. Let's do a love reading. Let's do, we'll see if we can get all these readings together and see how we go. So let's do the love reading. I'm not going to do like singles, couples, whatever. Let's just, we're not about that life today. We're going to do, woo. We're going to do just a random love reading. Take it for what it is. This is what we're getting. We're using our Spellcaster Oracle cards, which still smell a little weird. They came like that out of the box. They're not as repulsive as they once were, but they're definitely still smelling a little funky. Let's see what's going on with you guys. Getting this going. And then if we have time, we'll do a rapid fire astrology because I know you guys like those. Okay. All right. This is a love reading. Here we go. So deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. These cards, I'm so sorry. They do look a little funky and weird because of the fact that try to zone in on this like star pattern. These are very green cards. Why people be making their card backgrounds green? Don't they know I'm trying to do a show? Good Lord, I have to shop better for my cards. So deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Let's see what love has in store for you. All right, we're going to start with deck number 1. Let's see what's going on. Ooh. Okay. Deck number 1. Here's what I want to say to you. You are going to be getting into a relationship soon. I want to say that this is somebody that you may already know. That's my strongest feeling. If you are already in a relationship, then, status quo. But the first card is good luck, this beautiful cat. Second card is financial health, which is kind of funny, but I'm not going to focus on that. Let's not look at that. We're just going to look at this beautiful tree. And the third card is peace. So what I want to say to you guys is when you see these cards, if you ever think something different from what I'm saying, then go with that. Go with your own gut. Go with your own feeling. Don't feel like you have to go with what I say. If you're feeling something different, that's okay. Honor yourself. Just how to say that. But what I'm getting when I look at these cards is that there's going to be a change. You're in a good place. You're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling positive, and the person that I see you getting involved with is somebody that you trust. So it could be a new relationship is starting. The other thing is it could be that there's going to be a deepening of a relationship that you're currently in. So it's either going to be starting and going somewhere or deepening, but you're in a good place and you're ready to receive that. So that's very, very positive. Deck number 2. Let's see what's going on with your life. Deck number 2, I feel like you're not really. I'm going to do this 2 ways because I have to. I just have to. Deck number 2. If you are single, here's what I want to say to you. I feel like you are not really 100% ready to be in a relationship. I feel like you're still trying to figure your life out. I feel like right now your life is really about growing, learning, and becoming the best you that you can be, figuring out where you belong in this world. I think it's also about getting a routine, stability, maybe changing some negative habits, and starting your kind of life from scratch, starting a new regimen. You may have recently moved or planning on moving, but it's definitely about having a restart, which is great because it's spring. It is the Aries time, and that is great for restarts and starting fresh. And then trust, which is showing me that you may not trust yourself, and that's why you're staying away from dating, it also means that you just don't trust because you've been hurt in the past. So these are issues that you have to work on. Again, I feel like if you're single right now, it's really about continuing that journey on finding yourself and loving yourself so that you can love somebody else. And that is really true. You have to really be able to love yourself in order to to allow yourself to be loved and to find that right person. So the next thing is, if you're in a couple, and I had to do this two ways, it is what it is. If you're in a couple, here's what I want to say to you. Your focus may not really be about relationships right now. Your focus is about learning, growing, and becoming yourself. The relationship you're in is a stable, healthy relationship. You're in a good place. And that may be weird or unusual for you, because if you're not used to having good relationships and you have a good one, that's going to throw you off your rocker. It's not something that you're used to. You're always waiting for that other shoe to drop. And I'm here to tell you, you're good. You're fine. It's okay. You do have trust issues. You may be afraid, but just know that you're in a good place and you're safe, and just things will improve and get better. So that's if you're in a relationship. I had to divide it. There was no other way for me to do that. Deck number 3. Let's see what's going on with you. Ooh, deck number 3. Deck number 3. Here's what I want to say to you. I do feel that you're confused right now. I kind of feel you don't know what you want. So here's what I want to show you. This first card that came up, this clarity card. This is such a pretty card. Oh man, so beautiful. Sorry you guys can't see it better. Maybe that's better. But this card is about really being clear about what you want. And I feel like you're in a relationship right now. You don't know whether you want to hold on to it, let go of it. You don't know what to do. And I think you don't feel good about yourself enough to have the strength to let go of this relationship. Like you don't feel worthy enough. If somebody else was in this relationship that you cared about, you would tell them like, oh, let go of that relationship right now. But because you don't have the same value for yourself that you do for this other person, you keep staying in this. You keep hoping that it's going to change. You keep hoping that things are going to get better, because deep down you don't feel like you deserve any better. So this is something that you need to be willing to acknowledge and move on from. And also think about, again, defining what kind of relationship you want, what's going to really make you happy, being honest with yourself. Again, this manifestation card is coming up, which is funny because we were talking about that a lot this show. And I think that this is here to say that you're manifesting your life every day. Every day you're manifesting. Whether you're manifesting good things or bad things, you're still bringing them into your life. And it's about taking charge of your life. I feel like you put whatever's going on in the relationship in the other person's hands. Are they going to break up with me? Are they going to stay with me? Are they going to come back? It's like you're putting everything on them because you're too afraid to make a decision, and you don't have the faith and the love in yourself to make that decision. That's something that you're challenged with. You have to work on overcoming that. But I'm calling you to take charge and take care of yourself and take the power back and move on from this so that you can find your real happiness. And if you're single, and I'm telling you this, it may be that you're just holding on to an ex that you need to let go of. And it's about healing and letting go and getting closure for that situation. And again, that brings us into this card, which is grieving. This decision to end this relationship or let go of this person is going to be challenging for you. But it is a step that you need to take. You're being called to action to take this step to heal yourself and to help yourself move forward. You're keeping yourself stuck in the past or in the present, and you need to think about moving forward and finding a better light, a happier future for yourself. So that is a love reading. Let us try to do, how many minutes do we have left in the show?
You've got about 12 minutes. You could probably pull it off. Knowing you, know what you did last week. Yeah. I have faith in you.
Challenge accepted. All right, guys, let's do this. Rapid fire astrology reading. Think about what astrology sign you are. And we're going to get going. We're going to do this super quick, super rapid fire. Let's see. This is just one quick reading for each sign. One card only.
First, we want to welcome Seashells to the show.
Aw, Seashells, what a cute name. Welcome to the show. You're just in time for our rapid fire astrology reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, here we go. let's get started. We're going to start with Aries because it's the first in the zodiac. Aries, you are in a good place right now. This is the time for you to make a new start. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, thinking about starting, this is your time. Aries, get off your Aries butt and start going. Taurus, stop. I feel like you've been reflecting too much on the past and not in the best way. Instead of ruminating about what could have been or what you might have lost, or ruminating about all the things that went wrong, start to think about what you might have done wrong or that you might need to fix so you can make your life better. Also start thinking about the blessings and the good things that you have in your life to help build yourself toward a better future. So it's okay to reflect. Reflection is good, but rumination is not good. So you want to reflect and learn and grow. You don't want to ruminate and just keep yourself stuck in that negative space. Let go of the drama, let go of the past. Gemini, you're going to need some friends. This is going to be a tough month for you. And I feel like you need to really, really think about who your friends are and who is going to be true blue and there for you. Don't waste your time investing too much time on people that don't deserve your energy. So Gemini, you're not always a detail person. You're not always good with getting all the lowdown and all the details on things. It's important for you to really evaluate where you want to spend your time and energy this month, because you could waste a lot of time and energy that you're going to regret. Cancer. This is the forest. You guys can't see it. I apologize. But Cancer, you need to breathe it out. You have been holding on to a lot of tension and stress, and you've been holding in a lot of your tension and stress. You need to find somebody that you can feel comfortable with to talk to let go and release what you've been dealing with. You've been dealing with a lot of trauma. You may have some things that are popping up from the past and you need healing. And sometimes it's hard to heal on your own. So Cancer, find somebody that you trust to help you through this. You don't have to do it alone. I feel you've been holding on to too much alone. Leo, it's time to get grounded. It's time for you to start focusing on being honest about yourself, who you are, your good side, your bad side, and just being a little bit more grounded and centered. I feel like sometimes you get off. You love luxury. You love to have fun. You love to be the, life of the party. But I feel like this month especially is about reorganizing your life and figuring out what is going to happen for you next and where you want to go. You are a very lucky person, Leo, and things usually tend to work out for you. But I feel like your life can be so much better if you take action and really get decisive about making some decisions. This is your time to start a new schedule and stick to it. Next, we have Virgo. Virgo, you got to start loving yourself more. I feel like you're so hard on yourself and you're not really allowing yourself the forgiveness that you need to allow yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. Focus on allowing yourself to love yourself and to feel that love. And yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Things are going to get better. Give yourself a little bit more love. The love and compassion you would give to others, start to give it to yourself. Internalize that. Next, we have our Libras. Libra. You're right. I'm just going to say it straight up. You are right. Whatever it is you're thinking about, whatever it is you're focusing on, whatever tidbit of juicy gossip that you have going on in your head, you are correct. You're right about it. Probably has nothing to do with you or your life. It's probably something that's totally like whatever, but just know you're right. Your instincts are sharp right now, and do what you will. Scorpio, things are going to start to get better for you. You've been in a very dark, like the winter was hard on you. You had a hard time. You were really going through a lot of stress and dark night of the soul. Things have been challenging for you, Scorpio, but you're on a new horizon, new job, new opportunities, new people. It's going good for you, Scorpio. You're on the right side. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to talk too fast. You're going in the right direction, Scorpio. Sagittarius, my Sagittarius friends, you're not doing the best. I feel like you've been very depressed, and I feel like you've been not your usual self is what I want to say. Focusing more inward and introspective, and that's not really a bad thing because that's how we grow. But I feel like you're just having a hard time. Forgive yourself. Go easy on yourself and understand that this time that you're going through, even though it is challenging, you're going to grow from it. You are used to being more in charge and more bulletproof. And right now you don't feel that way. And that's okay. You'll get back to your usual self. You're just having a moment, and just be easy on yourself. Capricorn, don't let yourself get caught up in pettiness. Don't let yourself get caught up in jealousy, and don't let yourself get caught up in a lot of those other negative, annoying little behaviors. I feel like this is your time especially to focus on gratitude, and this is your time especially to focus on letting go and releasing things that are not important in your life. If it doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't help you progress, then it's not worth your time or energy. So think about what you need to let go of this month. Maybe that's, breaking some negative habits. Maybe that's letting go of some nasty, grudges that you might have, but it's time to let go and release. Who's next? Capricorn, Aquarius, you're just living your best life, Aquarius. Enjoy the springtime. You're probably getting ready to go out and party or whatever. I know COVID's getting lighter in certain areas. You're probably living for it. You're just living your best life, Aquarius. You're in the flow. And you know what? You can use what you have to help others. So look for teaching opportunities. Look for people that you can kind of help and give some of that wisdom to. People who want to hear it, though. Don't say it to anybody. Opportunities that strike that want to hear it. Next, we have our Pisces. Pisces, this spring is perfect for you. This is your time to grow and bloom. This is your time to plant those seeds that are going to continue to grow throughout the rest of the year. This is your time to start something new. Pisces, you're really good at starting things and not finishing them. And I think that you get overwhelmed very easily. So don't take on too much. Focus on one or two things that you really want to work on. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Sometimes you take on way more than you should, and then you end up feeling sad. So just focus on one or two startups that you're going to actually stick to. But this is the perfect time. You're going to find that everything is kind of aligning for you to get going and get what you want. And this is also going to be a good time for you, Pisces, to find love. I just feel like love is blooming for you this spring, and you're going to really see some good changes. Did I get it done in time? Did I lose the doctor?
Nailed it.
Yay!
With 5 minutes to go.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I'm not. You
Oh,
still
wow.
have 5 minutes.
Oh, dang.
Couple of comments came in during the readings.
Yeah.
When you were doing the pick a card for the love readings, I had picked deck 2.5. So that worked out very well for me. And in the meantime, Brianna suggests that maybe you can get some card sleeves for those cards that have colors that affect your green screen. Great idea. So welcome for that.
Card sleeves? I have to look into that. I didn't even know that was a thing that existed.
Yeah, it might be a little bit, you may have to pull them out to read through. They're clear covered, clear coat, so that may help. Dark on one side and clear on the other for reading. So I don't know how it would work, but you'll be talking to her anyway, so maybe you can get some information from her.
Yeah, I have to look into that. Thank you for suggesting that.
And Diana said she's looking for an older handyman over the age of 65, so that could be manifested pretty easy.
Yeah, I think you can find that.
Let's see. And I mentioned that I was looking for a Cinderella 10, someone that cooks and cleans until midnight and then turns into a pizza and a Diet Dr. Pepper. So that's about it. Comments that came in through. I don't know if there's enough time. Dee suggested maybe doing a chakra checkup.
Well, I was going to do that. Since we were talking, it's so funny that you mentioned that, B. Thank you for being on the same wavelength as me. So here's what I want to do for you guys. We talked a lot about manifestation and abundance, and that is really where it's centered around your root chakra. So your root chakra is really important. So I have these root chakra cards, and I want you guys to choose one. And then I'm going to tell you what you need to do to help stimulate your specific root chakra. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So I want you guys to choose 1 through 7. Just pick a number 1 through 7, and I will let you know what needs to be done for your specific root chakra to get it back and in charge. I'm just not even giving you a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time. Deck number 1 is all about renewal. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about getting on a healthier regimen, doing some exercise, and strengthening that root chakra. This is all about getting positive energy, clean energy into your life. And this is also about maybe doing a daily ritual, like a grounding exercise in the morning when you get up. Do a nice grounding meditation, something that you start to impart on every day of your life. So you just need that. You need just renewal. Your chakra's in pretty good shape, just a little tune up. Deck number 2, you have to discover what your chakra really is. And I think for you, it's about learning about the root chakra. And I want to encourage you to go research and learn the root chakra, what stimulates it, what an overactive root chakra is, what an underactive root chakra is. This is your call to action to go to go learn about your root chakra. And I would encourage you to do that. Number 3 is you have to get out of your box. You're on a treadmill. You have a lot of I'm sorry if I'm talking to you aggressively. I'm just trying to be fast. You are stuck in a rut, and ruts are very much an underactive root chakra. So you're stuck in a rut, and it's important for you to start to apply some some manifesting laws and things to get yourself out of this rut. Your root chakra is definitely underdeveloped, and it's something that you need to work on. So research how to stimulate an underactive root chakra. Also, learn some manifestation skills. If you didn't watch the whole show, you can rewind, and I went into it a ton. Deck number 4. Thank you. 4, you need to work on insecurity. I feel like you don't feel secure financially. You have a real issue with not trusting the universe, and you have a real issue with just not feeling safe and secure. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Maybe you've dealt with trauma in your childhood. Maybe you grew up in a situation where you didn't feel secure about your finances. Maybe you just had a lot to deal with. So do some healing, do some journaling, do some inner child work, but work on that, releasing, do some release meditations. Definitely also doing some grounding will help you as well. Deck number 5, you have an underactive root chakra, which means that you're too rooted in trying to be perfect, and you're not letting things be in the flow. You're trying to control things. There's a control issue. So when your root chakra is overactive, you have more the insecurity, the anxiety, the fear, and you don't have that base. When your root chakra is underactive, I'm sorry, I said that backwards. Please forgive me. When your root chakra is underactive, you're anxious and you have insecurities and you're afraid. When your root chakra is overactive, you have the control issues. The control issues, and you're trying to control everything. You're trying to have that death grip because you feel like you have to. And that's something that you need to let go of, because when you're trying to control, you're cutting yourself off from amazing opportunities and abundance that, is outside of your scope, because you're not allowing yourself to see it, because you're controlling. You're being too controlling. Number 6. Number 6, I think, again, you're needing to get in touch. So here's this card, this soulmate card. What I'm getting from this for you, number 6, is you're a little too grounded. You're focusing so much energy on your day-to-day, taking care of your health. And those things are really important, taking care of your health, your day-to-day. Again, you're kind of stuck in a little bit of a rut yourself. I think that you don't really understand how laws of attraction work, the universe, law, energy, The Secret, all that stuff. You don't really understand it. So I would encourage you to maybe learn a little bit about it. I think that get in touch with your spiritual side. I want to encourage you to maybe do some work on your crown chakra. I think focus on crown chakra for you, maybe a little bit on your heart chakra as well. Focus on those. Your root chakra is pretty okay. You just need the other ones to help elevate it to the next level. And again, number 7, you are stuck in a rut. I feel like you just don't have faith or belief that things are going to get better for you. You just feel like your time has passed and it's over for you. I feel like there's a lot of self-loathing, holding on to negativity from your past, holding on to mistakes and failures that you've had. And so that is definitely something that you got to let go of. Again, your root chakra may be a little overactive because it's a control thing. It's not, even if you're complacent, there's control in that complacency. You're not allowing yourself to grow. You're not allowing yourself to learn. You're stuck in your rut. And I think that it's because you haven't forgiven yourself for mistakes that you've made, and you don't want to allow yourself to be happy. You don't feel like you deserve it, and those are something that you really need to work on. So that is the quick chakra for your root chakra, especially chakra checkup. So there are a lot of great root chakra meditations. There's a lot of great root chakra yoga poses. There's chants. There's music you can listen to. You can wear the color red. You can eat red food. Start with your root chakra and see where that leads you. But hopefully that was helpful for you guys and helps you understand the root of some of your manifestation issues. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really had a great time. I think this show was super fun. I will be back on Wednesday, weather permitting, and we are going to do a very fun meditation. I don't know what it's going to be about. I have a bunch of them in the can, so we'll see what happens. But we'll do a fun meditation, and we will have another show on Wednesday. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I don't know if there's any other comments that you need to let me know about.
Hollerin Industry Illustrations point out that you can get card sleeves at gaming stores that sell game cards.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And Seashells thought it was a great show. Darlandra, who chimed in, said, yes, you're preaching, and she was a card 4, and she seems to have an attitude of gratitude towards you. So thank you very much.
Aw.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And Brianna chimed in with a couple things regarding doesn't scare me, but she's not surprised that she had picked the crown chakra, and she had some issues after a car accident. It seems to be getting better. And B said it was rather helpful this evening. Alia said thank you to both, and Seashell said thank you to you, and I say thank you for the privilege to be able to serve.
Aw, thank you. Thank you, Doctor. I didn't screw up your name tonight. I'm proud of myself.
One in a row, you're on a roll.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you next Wednesday. Take care.